I'm Jill McCrae, coming to you from McCrae Farm in Grays Lake, Illinois, a French classical dressage riding academy. And we have Ambiante here, the 14-year-old Mustang mare. And this is week 5 of her formal training here at McCrae Farm. We're going to do a little lunging and a little work in hand. She's very excited.
So I have a question to ask. I noticed this week we don't have the saddle on. We have the surf single on. Last week you were able to get the saddle on. Is that just a choice?
So the saddle, it's if we're not riding the horse, we don't really need a saddle. She had the saddle on, no reaction. She's Gucci with it. So just for ease of putting the tack on, we just did a surf single. Okay, so in the past videos, you've seen that I've used either this corner or this corner to give the horse some security and confidence. So today, we're going to take advantage of our beautiful sunlight and our beautiful chandelier and see how she does without the walls to help us.
Or like a round pen?
A round pen, correct. It's Jill's round pen. So we're going to start with a walk. And yes, she went into the trot, but we're going to walk. She's an overachiever. She's in shoulder in on her own. That's my girl.
Well, also some of the people watching have been asking questions about their difficulty getting lunging going. And what is your advice as a professional?
Well, this is a tricky question because it is a little difficult if they stop and turn and you don't know what you're doing. For me, I politely push their head away, which keeps them out on the circle. Sometimes you can have someone on the other side with a lead rope just to kind of start them so they can't turn in. Hiring a professional trainer is one of the best things you can do. It's kind of a dentist. I would not go to my auto mechanic to have my teeth cleaned. So if you have access to a knowledgeable trainer that can help you with the rough spots, it's well worth the money. All right, so now we're gonna trot. So I ask one time. If there's no response, I show her the whip. Seems to be doing great without the corners. We have a little bit of a wall here for confidence.
She's got some lovely forward movement today.
Beautiful. And the white polos really show where the legs are. So she's pretty round, but I'm going to put a side rein on anyway. Good girl. Super. Always the head towards me. The Dangerous hind end, away from me. And a trot. Good girl. Super. This horse is all business, I tell you.
Her movement is just beautiful.
Yeah, looks like a little warm blood.
Well, and you can really tell today with the leg wraps on, with the polos on,
Correct.
like big girl school.
So if you look at that inside hind and right front, they come together and make a little upside down triangle. So just by letting the lunge line out, I can make the circle bigger. And then by bringing it in, the circle smaller without moving my feet.
And turning to follow the horse on the train tracks is not considered moving.
No, so my left foot picks up and sets down. My right foot goes around my left foot.
Because if you didn't move and you stayed in one place, the horse would be going over the top of your head.
You see
Yes.
that sometimes?
People who don't know what they're doing.
Don't do that. She still kept going. That's a sign of a really brilliant horse right there. Oh, nice, baby. Oh, left. Oh.
So you,
If you look at their feet, you have to be pretty clever. If you look at like the right front, it'll make a hoof print, and the right hind is either going to go in the hoof print or beyond. If it goes in the footprint, which it's kind of going a little half a footprint, it's called tracking up. On the hoof print of the front, that's called over tracking. Whoa. All right, we're going to reverse.
she seems to be doing quite well without the security of that wall.
Oh yeah. It almost gives her a little bit more freedom, that she doesn't feel claustrophobic with the corner.
Well, and her back right leg is so nicely relaxed.
Oh yeah, she's just kind of cocked, just kind of hanging out. Normally I've been putting this horse on the wall so that she doesn't move. Today she's like, I get it. You want me to stay still so you're not having to follow me around.
Well, even in last week's video, she did a lot of moving that you were able to just quietly kind of ignore.
Yes.
But this week is quite a bit different.
Yeah, and this is really so nice when you have a horse that's waiting for you while you're putting the equipment on. It's just makes a trainer or a rider's job much easier. All right, so we walk.
Kind of like a horse that will wait at the mounting block for you.
Out of all comments I get most is about people seeing my horses go to the mounting block, and I'll say dock it.
They'll say what?
I will say dock it like you dock a boat, and they go right to the mounting block. Basic manners. All right, we're going to trot. Good girl. Good baby. So she's got a great bend, her eye is on me. She's loving life right now.
Well, and she's also not falling in like the other questions were before. She's balanced, much more balanced.
So putting the horse on the bit puts the horse in balance. That's why we put the horse on the bit and bend them. That way they regain their balance on their own. But they need the tools in order to do that. In the wild, they don't need to be on the bit or bending.
Well, you're also not where people, I think a lot of people think that on the bit means all cranked in. That's not what on the bit means.
On the bit is the face is vertical and they're literally over the bit. So with the lunging, you want the frame longer, the frame meaning the horse's body. And then depending on where they're at with training, when you ride them, the more trained and high school horse that you have, the more sitting and up and in. But never a cranking and forcing of the head. Good girl. Whoa, super. Yay. Good girl. Here. So the here is very important because if you have an interest in doing liberty work, the here is one of the first steps to teaching the liberty work. So we're going to move on to doing some work in hand.
She's so nice and quietly standing today. Very nice.
Yeah.
And it's also nice because it's 45 degrees today.
Feels pretty good.
It's 60 degrees warmer than it was 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable. Welcome to the Chicago area.
And get rid of my lunge line here.
So I see you got a different whip. Could you talk a little bit about that?
This is what you use for the work in hand. This is a dressage whip. It's a little bit longer and it can reach towards the back, and then you don't have that lash on the lunge whip kind of hanging you up. And then also I don't have a lunge line on her, so I'm a little unfettered. So first thing we're going to do is called the pillar. This is a classical movement. Like I'm the pillar, she's going to go around me. Front leg, back leg. And then we're going to go on a square. So if I was riding her, shoulder in.
I'm going to go to the middle so we can watch you go around us.
So her forehand is off the rail. Her hindquarters on the rail. It's a little trickier than the pillar. You make a turn. Go down the quarter line here. That's my good girl. So I'm walking facing the short side. Now I'm turning. I do a little touch to say, come on, use your booty. Use your booty.
But it seems like it's quite a stretch for her to put her back leg under her body.
Yep. So
Is that what we're looking for?
You want to see the inside hind come underneath, hind coming under. You don't want the sideways stuff. So in the pillar, you're going to see some sideways stuff, but then very quickly on the square, we want it coming up underneath, not sideways.
Like that. I just was able to get a good picture or video of that.
Sideways. But we need the pillar in order to teach the square. Now watch, the inside hind comes up, outside hind comes up, inside, outside, inside, outside. That's it. The wall helps. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. So every time they put that inside hind under, they're obliged to sit. Why do we want them to sit? Because we want to take the weight off the forehand and make them more beautiful. Them beautiful dressage horses. Whoop. All right, I'm super happy with that. Thanks so much for tuning in.